Welcome everybody to the Morning English Podcast. I'll be your foreign host today, Peter Joseph Kuhn from Boston, Massachusetts in New England, the northeastern part of America. So if you are new to the show and you don't know who I am a CrossFit coach during the day, and at night I sing and play guitar with my band or solo. And of course, I have lots of experience teaching English as I have been in China for like 5 years now.
So welcome, Peter. As you guys know already, I'm a Chinese host from Morning English Podcast, Juan. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Juan. It is great to be here. And when you get time, you can search for my music on 网易云音乐 the music app.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, awesome.
关键词是皮特龙，调皮的皮，特别的特，龙的龙。
Okay,
yeah,
I got
check
that.
Out my music.
Definitely, I will do that. Okay. So what are we going to talk about today?
So today we're going to be talking about the word eat and some of its phrases and different terms that include the word eat.
So I have heard many phrases before with the word eat, but I didn't quite get them before because I know, as far as I know, eat only means to eat food, right?
Yeah, that's right. But of course, in English, we have lots of slang terms. For example, to eat your words.
Eat your words? What does that mean?
That means to take back what you said, especially in like a humiliated way. So for example, they will eat their words when they realize that they were wrong about me.
Oh, so you seem really angry, right?
Yeah,
okay.
You could say it like that.
So eat my words 在这里的意思是呢，收回我之前所说的话。比如说 Peter 刚刚说这句话的时候就很生气啊，他说当他们发现误解了我的时候，他们肯定要会收回之前说的话的，有一点这种就是别人会打脸的意思，对吧？ Okay. Very interesting. So what other terms are there?
There's a phrase that I like to say called, it's a dog-eat-dog world. So when someone says this, it means that competition in life is very difficult. And you may find that one person may betray another person to get in a better position for their own advantage. So this phrase can be applied to business or sports or life in general. Kind of many situations you can use the phrase, it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Can I use this in the written versions of something?
Yeah, that's fine. Written or oral 都可以。
所以口头和书面我们都可以用这个表达，很形象，叫做狗咬狗，对吧？
对，
所以就是形容竞争非常的激烈，然后一个人呢，他可能会为了一些利益啊，背叛另外一个人来上位，然后在生活中的各个场合都可以用这个商界呀，然后体育生活都可以用这个表达。很常用 yeah, very common.
Yeah, my dad used to say it to me all the time when when my sister and I would fight over something or try to get better advantage, no matter what it was, we fight, and my dad says, hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Life is tough. Like that.
Yeah, quite common.
And then we have a phrase called to eat like a horse. So this means that the person eats a lot and quickly. So an example sentence would be like, oh man, you really eat like a horse. And the opposite is you eat like a bird. This means that you are a very picky eater and maybe only eat small amounts.
所以这个是形容人的食量的两个反义的表达哈。如果你吃的很多呢，我们就说你 eat like a horse。然后如果你是一个 picky eater， 你是一个非常挑食的人，吃的很少，那这个时候就会说你 eat like a bird。
对。
So Peter, do you like eat a horse or like a bird?
I eat like a horse. Always, because I am a super big foodie. So also on the topic of horses, strangely enough, I want to mention when someone is extremely hungry, they might probably say, oh man, I could eat a horse right now. So this just means that they are very, very hungry. I'm not quite sure why the English language chose a horse to use as a metaphor. But that's just the way it is. I don't know the history of where, or why they use horse as this metaphor.
Yeah, in Chinese we usually say 吃一头牛.
A cow.
A cow.
I eat a cow.
Like an ox.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Right.
So that's quite different, right? So you can eat like a horse, you can eat like a bird, and when you're hungry, you could eat a horse.
Right.
So American really have a thing for horse.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what other phrases are there?
Okay, so the word itself, eat, can also mean to pay for the cost of something. So, for example, if we, here's an example sentence. If we sent the wrong file to the printer, then we'll have to eat the cost of the flyers and start over again.
所以其实我们刚刚讲的这些 eat 都和吃有关，但是 eat 这个词除了吃呢，本身还有很多其他的意思。比如像 Peter 刚刚讲的这个 eat 的话，实际上是 pay for the cost， 就是要付钱，对吧？所以如果我们要是把这个错的材料送进打印机，那我们就要付这个传单的钱，再重新弄。刚刚这个句子就是这个意思。
Yes.
Right?
Perfect. And lastly, there is a phrase called what's eating you? Well, I should say question rather than phrase. What's eating you? Yeah. Can you guess this meaning?
No, it sounds a little bit scary.
Yeah.
What's eating
it does sound scary, but this means just what's bothering you.
What's bothering you?
Yeah, so what's eating you? What's bothering you?
What's bugging you? Right?
Yeah, bugging you. Exactly. That would be a good translation as well. And the very last phrase I want to teach you is an idiom. It is called you can't have your cake and eat it too. My dad also used to tell me this all the time. Can you guess this meaning? It's really hard to actually understand just by saying the phrase.
Yes. Does it mean do not be too greedy? Do you always want too much things like that?
Yeah, pretty much. That would be a very good guess. It pretty much just means to have or do two things that one desires that are normally contradictory or impossible to have or to do at the same time. So, because have can also mean eat. For example, like have dinner. So, this expression may seem redundant. However, it is based on the meaning of have as to possess.
拥有.
Yeah, so for example, to maintain possession of one's cake while still eating it. So obviously that's not possible, right?
Yeah.
How can you have your cake and eat it too? You're not going to have your cake anymore.
I think it's a very useful expression to suggest like your friend something.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe if your friend's being like greedy and he wants these things that are impossible, you can say, "Hey, you can't have your cake and eat it too."
对, yes, cool. So that's a lot of information for one day. Thanks so much for coming to the show, and I definitely learned a lot.
You're absolutely welcome. I love sharing this type of knowledge with you, and I love teaching other people about these English idioms. So now I hope you can understand all the different phrases of the word eat, and if there weren't any phrases that were not on this podcast, then you might be able to just guess the meaning now that you have learned some of these idioms that I've just taught you.
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
So anyway, see you next time on the Morning English Podcast.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.